What's going on, everybody? Dave back again, and for this video, as promised, I was going to go over some new tanks that I ended up getting. I really have to give a shout out and thank you to Adam for kind of getting me back into tanks. One of the first ones that I've had in a long time. I mean, if you guys saw the shots that I was posting up earlier, I have a lot. One, two, three. I think I have like a dozen now. But I started out and I just wasn't finding ones that had airflow that I liked. Um, so with some of the newer ones, I haven't got any, like the Crown. I just been holding off on. I was like, I still had that mindset of I go for flavor. I build for flavor. You know, that's my thing. Once in a while, I'll go for just how big of clouds I can do, but for the most part, it's all about flavor for me. So when Adam sent me the Target 75 with the Vaporesso tank, and I put my first bit of juice in there and tried that, I fell in love. I was like, okay, the airflow is a little tight, but the flavor was just out of this world. Uh, I actually have some coils coming that are for the Kanger tanks, which I'm excited for. They're Atom, like Atom brand or something like that, ATOM, and I'll show you those when they come in. They are made like the coils in the Vaporesso tank, a little bit different, but same concept, and therefore the Kanger tanks, which actually have me excited because that means then I have a reason to buy the Trinity top for my Kanger products, and I've always wanted one just because it's just sexy. Anyway, so once that comes in, I'll give that a try and go from there. But I'm not ordering the Trinity tank until then. No point in wasting the money on that. So this was my first reintroduction into tanks, which made me interested. And then, if you guys hadn't seen, on Thursday night was all about tanks on the Vaporized Nomads live feed. And I learned a lot of new stuff. And, it really got me intrigued. So, where should we start? So, I was at a local shop on, I want to say, Thursday. And I was in talking to one of the guys in there about the Nomad line and so forth. So I'm trying to get them set up and place an order with Adam to start carrying the VN line in a local shop here. That would just be completely awesome if just go global with the VN line. And I had him try the Apocalyptic and the Voluptuous. So, first thing I got to say is one, again, thank you, Pam Robbins, for my order. I ordered 200 milliliters, 240, something like that, of the Nanner Sandwich, 3 milligram. It's in a 80-20, the normal blend, which comes like this, is 60-40. So I've been running this through my tanks and dripping it. This is my control for all the tanks that I'm about to show you. So I've got it in each one of them. So yeah, while I was there, I was like, you know what? To support my local shop, and maybe if I end up shopping, anyway, not the point. So I ended up picking up a Crown tank. Had never had one. I mean, I've heard good things about them. I didn't want to get into the VTF4 or so forth, because it just has crazy coils and for clouds, and I'm just not for that. So I ended up picking up a Crown. I know I'm about 6 months late since it came out, but it's not bad. I really like it. Out of all the tanks that I'll be showing you, it is on the bottom of the list for flavor. We're going to get that right there. So I actually have it on my hex because I ran out of regulated boxes to put put things on. I have this sitting on my hex, and it is at about 65 watts. Oh yeah, no drip tip. Yeah, I know. I took the drip tip out. It's actually, what have I got? I've got it on something else. Clouds, awesome. I gotta give it that. Does this is the, which coil is in here? I think it's the standard. Since it's not on regulated, I can't tell you right offhand, but I want to say it's the 0.50 coil. And I wanted to do this tonight because my juice is almost out of here from vaping it down, and it was full. And I don't know if it's just me, but it really seems like I go through juice faster on a tank than I do dripping. Don't know why it seems that way. Maybe it's just because I can actually see it going down versus, you know, dripping it, you don't notice. But it seems like I go through juice faster in a tank. Yeah, great clouds. Has good flavor. Not the best flavor, but it has good flavor. So that was the Uwell Crown. Now next up, I have to thank Anderson over at 2Vaped. I ordered this from him because he was one of the only places that has this in stock. Everybody sold out of it. Everybody went freaking shitso nutso over it, and I wanted to try it because it has the new ceramic head that's in there. And the way that it ends up working is, I know I mentioned it on the feed, and I don't know if the guys caught that. So instead of having the ceramic with the coil inside of it, whether it be stainless steel or Kanthal inside of the ceramic and then a cotton wick around it, this actually has metal posts that go into the ceramic. It works on it reminds me of being a kid and having the ceramic heaters. Same principle. You got a metal negative in, you got a metal positive in, and it heats up that ceramic, and you can heat it up till it glows. I remember being fascinated by that as a kid. I also remember, I think it had asbestos in it. Maybe that's why I'm weird. Anyway, so yeah, so here's the packaging for that. It comes with 3 replacement cotton wraps. So basically, when your cotton gets bad, old, or you want to change it out, you'll slide off the cotton off of that cylinder, that ceramic cylinder, and use the jig, slide it on, and you can you can rewrap cotton on there. I know a couple people had difficulty with it. I think if you take your time with it, it's not that hard. Just looking at it from a mechanical aspect. So yeah, it comes with extra glass. Now, it's my understanding that Tugboat bought the rights to the Dolphin tank, and that they either have or will be releasing their own version of it along with the same replacement coil. Right now, I can't really find any place that has the replacement coils. Now, here's an interesting thing. I'm not going to get completely into the math of this. I don't know where. I probably have to find it online. This holds 4 milliliters juice. It has 2 coils in it. It has a 0.30 and a 0.40. Is that right? I don't think so. It has a nichrome or a nickel coil for temp control. I don't do temp control in anything. I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird. I haven't gotten into it yet. So all of these are just regulated, just power mode. But these coils are rated for 1,000 vaping hours. That doesn't sound like very much until you calculate. You figure what your average draw is 5. Most devices will only let you do a max of 10 seconds. So if you take care of your coil and replacing the cotton and everything, I know I've seen around, people have had this coil head, and even the one on the Vaporesso last them for months. Not just weeks, months. It's all about care. You can actually pull the cotton off of this, dry fire the ceramic to burn off any impurities, any sugars, things like that that have gotten on there, and replace it. Now, when you end up doing that, you do make it a little more brittle each time that you do it red hot. Keep that in mind, but it can be done. Now, here's something I have noticed with this. It doesn't get hot. I don't get that hot. I don't even really get any warmth out of it. You know how when you draw and you kind of catch that warmth in there? I don't. But I think David Slay posted up that he ended up getting one of these and was trying it, and he ended up finding on the regulated device, he was watching the ohm meter fluctuate on there. For the temperature, not the ohm meter, but the temperature on there, which makes sense. If you're doing a draw after a draw, that ceramic's going to stay warm in there, and it's going to end up changing that. So that means you're going to reach your cap temperature much faster when you're doing it in temperature control. You have to do some big drags on here. I do have to say, though, the flavor is good. And it seems to be, this is my first tank through here. Now, I took off, I think this was the one that came on it. No. This was. It's a stainless steel, and then over it is a glass cylinder for the drip tip. I took it off. I put on this one that I got from MRN Mods when I got my boxes. Michael was cool enough that he sent it to me for free. And so that's what I have on here. Now, keep in mind, I don't get that hot vape, but it does, the cylinder gets hot. The longer you hit on it, the more flavorful, the warmer it gets, the better it gets. But still. Now, con. Okay, so if anybody has seen any YouTube videos on this, you will understand. So you get this ring that lifts up. If you guys can see that. Okay. And then you can slide that to the side to fill it. The problem is, if you end up doing that, you get juice up in here. It seals, but it's not a tight seal. It's loosey-goosey on there. And you get leaking around this part here. Just from like tilting it back and it hitting on there. Not a lot, but yeah, it's on there, and it's annoying as fuck. So that's number 2. Number 3 on the list, and this is a fight for second place in the 5 that I have here. Is going to be, I have it on the Lotus Jelly Slice. I have come to love this device. It's up on the site and worth every freaking penny. It's small, it's convenient, especially with, this is the Lotus Legend Mini, which I think Steven got up on the site today. I'm not sure, because the sticker that was on here said like $38, and I'm wondering if that was a missed thing, because on the site I think I saw it was like $24. $24, I will go and buy another one of these tonight once I'm finished making this video, because it's worth every freaking penny. And there's the extra coils up on there, and I'm not even joking on there. It has top flow, or top airfill, okay, where the Lotus Legend that Adam did the video on, it's top fill too, but the drip tip and everything is one piece on there, okay. So you just unscrew. This one, you can put your own drip tip on there. This one came with it. Come with a 510 adapter to be able to put your own on there. I actually really like this one. Nice big airflow. It's got 4 holes on there. It's exactly like the Legend, just shorter. It doesn't have, this is a 3 mil versus a 5 mil. I need to shoot Adam a message to find out if he still has any of the original Lotus Legend in the black with that smoked out glass, because that just, I really like that. And I have a device that looks sick on. But the coils that are in here, this is I want to say this is the 0.50. It came with, I think, a 0.20 and a 0.50. But this is the 0.50 that coil that's in here, and the flavor is just phenomenal. It is almost as good as the Vaporesso. Keep in mind, I've got that nanner sandwich from Voluptuous in each one of these, and it's so nice and warm and dense, and it's cozy. That's the word I want to use. It's cozy. Even wide open, it's not overly airy, but it's not too tight. It's just right. This one is like on my top of my list. If they made it in black, I would so snatch one up. Next up, just got this in today. I think you guys saw it in my last video. This is the Griffin. I got it in black. I'm not even sure if anybody has it in black here. I don't even know if anybody even has it in stock here in the States. So how I ended up getting this is a funny story. Because of my hobby / side job, I have a lot of Asian friends. Not the same ones that try and come on here and sell the knockoffs and everything else. You know, they're straight up Korean and Vietnamese and Chinese, Japanese. And a lot of them are really good friends. They're all in the hobby world, and a lot of them I look up to because they are masters at what they do in their craft. So I have a friend of mine that lives in New York, and he is in Hong Kong visiting family for, he was there for the Chinese New Year, and it's that time of year he just takes a 2-week vacation and goes, he goes from visiting his family in Hong Kong, and then he'll go to the Philippines, and then he'll end up in Japan, and then end up coming home. Well, he found one of these in Hong Kong in a shop and shipped it to me. It itself was cheap to buy there. Having it shipped to me was the most expensive part. I think it cost me like $45 with EMS shipping from Hong Kong. He shipped it out. I got it today. Today's Saturday. He shipped it out Thursday to me. So pretty good. Pretty good. I don't mind. So yeah, I really like it. You've got the Griffin in silver on there. Griffin like that. Nice big airflow. Was super easy to build. I have those coils that Tony Fortney sent me. And they were 30 gauge fuse Claptons with like angel butt hair around them. And it was a 7 rep on a 3.0. And I sort of wicked it almost like a looser Scottish style. They're in there pretty tight. If you've built on the Billow V2, and it has the same kind of wicking channel that's on there, just enough cotton into that channel, into the top of that channel, just to hold it in place over there so it doesn't end up moving. I do also kind of drape it, and then I wet it, and then I set it. It will make your life so much easier if you do it that way, instead of doing it dry, you know, completely dry and then wetting and doing all that. I found if you just wet it a little bit, I used one of the lighter juices on there, or actually the lighter, the 6040, because it'll actually wick into the cotton faster. Just kind of painted it on, let it soak in a little bit, use a toothpick, just kind of fed it into the top of that channel, and then it worked great. Velocity style deck. I didn't have any problems with the grub screws. I know people complain in their videos that they stripped out. You're not. I mean, you're not supposed to wrench down on them like you're trying to tighten a lug nut. And if you're using the cheap Allen wrenches that they send with these, that's going to strip anyway because it's just a cheap alloy. I have broken so many of them just stepping on them, like having one on the floor and stepping on it and snapping it. So yeah, just get yourself a good set of Allen screws. I will be honest, my go-to is this Wotofo. I got it with, I don't even know which device, what I got it with. What was it that was Wotofo that I ended up getting? I don't even remember. That sucks. But anyway, so this actually came with it. And I freaking love that little tool. It's all in one. I wish it had another splice off of there for a flathead, but it doesn't. I did forget to mention, I only had this one at 55 watts. 55 watts. This one I have at 64. It does require a little more power. It is a 0.57 build on here. Have had no leaking issues. Nice and warm. Flavorful, cloudy. Haven't had any dry hits. It's almost a little warm. That's why both of these are kind of sitting in number 2. This one is a pre-made coil. This one is the fused Claptons in here. So it's kind of hard to say, well, it's the same or one is better than the other because they're separate animals. But the tank itself is freaking awesome. You can put your own drip tip in here. You just want to remember, you do have the juice control. So let's say it's getting a little too juicy for you. You can adjust that. It's not set in stone. So you can adjust that. The airflow, I've just got it wide open, which seems to be perfect. And what I do like is because this has the juice control, if you're traveling, if you're going somewhere, if you're doing something, 1, when you fill it, close that juice control. 2, if you're going somewhere and it's going to be laying on its side, something like that, not that I've had an issue with it, just twist it, and close off your juice control. Twist it some more, open it back up. Easy peasy. Now, it's not leaking. This was my own fault. I put a little too much juice down on that bottom O-ring. So when I do twist that, it kind of squirts out. But that was my own thing. The tank itself isn't leaking. That was I want to make sure that the O-rings are nice and juiced up. And then when I put the glass down and everything, it's kind of funky. There's not a lip for the glass to sit into on the bottom. It just sits on the O-ring. And then the top tightens down. And I was kind of like, ooh, I hope this is okay. But yeah, no issues. Looks great in black. Flavor out of this world. Tony, thank you for those coils. That's why I hadn't used them, because I'd been waiting. I knew I was going to get one of these. I was waiting for Adam to get some in the shop. I was going to order one. I'll still order another one. I'll order one in silver from Adam. But yeah, so keep your eyes open. I'm sure Adam will put up a notification when he gets these in. That is going to be awesome. My still number one, is going to be this Vaporesso tank. I love the Target 75. It's comfy. It's great. The airflow on here is tighter than the freaking coughing. The airflow is tighter on here than on the Legend or the Griffin. But the flavor is just top notch. And this is the 0.90 coil, ceramic coil, and I have it at 40 watts flat. And with the one battery that's in here, I got a VTC5 in here, right? Is that what I got in here? No. I've got that HG whatever. I ended up ordering some, and they were supposed to send me the browns because they got them in stock, and I put the note on there and everything, and they ended up sending me these. It was like, select these in your cart, but say in the comments that you want those because they're not up on the site. Well, I didn't get those. I ended up getting these, and I'm not happy with these batteries. It's the what are they? Nope, that's not it. I'll take it off the charger. It's the LG DBHE 41865. Those guys. I mean, they're okay, but they're not as good as my 30Qs, and I really wanted to try those browns because they were supposed to be better, but whatever. This one does great all the way around, but this one is a flavor chaser's dream. Plus, I believe these coils can be used in other devices, but the downside is with the way that the outside of these coils are and the other device, other tanks that they fit in, you can't hit them over and over and over because the flow of the juice that's in there is really restricted. But yeah, this is my that is my my choice for flavor chasing. But again, like I said, my number twos are going to be the Griffin and then the Lotus tank. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that. It was a lot of fun to do. I just kind of wanted to give you guys insight. Like I said, I was in the mood to do some videos. You guys can probably hear Tigger outside my door, just all pissed off, banging on the door because I won't let him in. It's always something. I will talk to you guys all later. Peace out, nomads.